Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to quarter-final number 3 of the ICCA Arabian Cricket League 2023. Brought to you live and exclusive from this beautiful venue here at the ICCA Academy Oval Grounds. Well, without wasting further time, let's go straight out to the centre where I was with the captains for the all-important toss a short while ago. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to quarter-finals number 3 of the ICCA Arabian Cricket League 2023. Brought to you live and exclusive from this beautiful venue here at the ICCA Academy Oval Grounds. And it is going to be one of the top teams of the tournament, the 7 districts taking on the Fly Emirates. And to my left, I've got the 2 captains, Mr. Mohammad Haider, skipper of the 7 districts. And I've also got Mr. Usman Mushtaq, skipper of Fly Emirates. I've got the match referee, Mr. Mahesh Motkar, and it's going to be Mr. Haider Ali who will be flipping the coin. Heads is the call. Heads it is heads. You won the toss. What have you decided to do?
Yeah, bat first.
Any particular reason behind that?
Because wicket is a little bit for our eyes is not good. Is I think third match today. Is second time is too much problem for this wicket.
Okay, now you guys have last game was very tight, but you somehow managed to win it to book a place in the quarterfinals. How's the nerves then? Or what are you planning in this game tonight?
No, I'm not worried. And it is simple is for according to the cricket ball and for a situation how to handle situation is but better for is a batting first for because is the second time is I think wicket is or is little bit problem for me and this one is for I hope so and try my best.
What do you think is a good score tonight?
Today is 180 to 100.
How's your playing 11?
Playing 11 is same side only to Krishna not come today. He's not well and one changing for come today and me also last match I'm not come and Yasita also come and Irfan me 3 only.
Anyways, all the best. It's a big game. Go well. Haider, you've lost the toss, but what would have you done had you won it?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I think we wanted to bowl first anyway. So yeah, I mean we get to do what we planned. So yeah.
Well, you guys are easily the best team in the tournament. Arguably, I'd say you've had some very, very good games, some outstandingly amazing games. How's the mood in the dressing room so far?
Look, mood is very good, and thank you very much for your kind words. We put in the hard work, hard yards in our own ground. We do a lot of practice, and we have a professional approach to things, and we take our cricket very seriously, to be very frank. But having said that, we're today without 3 of our main players. They had to go over to the Abu Dhabi T10, Haider Ali, Abdul Ghaffar, and Mohammad Irfan. So yeah, I mean 3 players come in that were on the bench, and they get a chance today, and no excuses. They have to, we have to put in a good performance. We're bowling first, so we have to restrict them to a chaseable total, and then boys will have a target. We'll have to go and get it. As simple as that.
It's a do-or-die game. Go well and all the best. Well, so that's the news from the centre. The Fly Emirates, they've won the toss and they've elected to bat first.
Well, you heard it from the big man. It is the Fly Emirates who won the toss and decided to bat first here in a beautiful evening, a big evening and a big game coming up. 7 district, as always, a strong team. Muhammad Haider, the skipper, leading them from the front. Almas, Farman Ali, Lahiru Sandaruwan. Previous game, he was the player of the match. Muhammad Saghir Khan, Nabil Arshad, Raiz Ahmed, Shahzad Ali, Syed Haider Shah, Wahab Hassan and Zishan Nasir. Some very big names in there. And of course, Fly Emirates have done very well in this tournament to finish 3rd in their group. Usman Mushtaq, skipper Amni Miflal, the lefty, Ansar Hashiz, Fayaz Frank, Irfan Arif, Krishna Kumar, Muhammad Ubaidullah, the tall right-handed fast bowler, Sendil, among the runs for them, Shamim Ali, Wajahat Rasul, the big hitter, and of course, another top run getter, Yasita Bekon. So promises to be a fantastic evening here. Quarter-final number 3 is what we are bringing to you live and exclusive. If you're all set to bring you ball number 1 of this 3rd quarter-final of the Arabian Cricket League. All set then. Hafiz Almas with the first ball. Offered a bit of width early on, bit of bounce as well. Sendil looking to latch on to that early. a feeler to start things off and an underage, which will not result in a single. It's been a long tournament. We are almost at the end of it. Just a few games to go before we know the champions of the Arabian Cricket League 2023. And of course, it's been an absolute pleasure calling this tournament from the Combox, bringing you these pictures live and describing to you the amazing action that we've witnessed. Slip in place now, nicely bowled, nice and straight. Sendil just makes room for himself and gets off the mark with that single, and the first runs on the board for Fly Emirates. That'll make them feel good against a strong 7 district side. Talking about the long tournament, someone who's been covering it throughout and watching these games very closely. He was at the toss, now he's sprinted back into the Combox. Welcome back, Atik. Big day today.
Thank you, Samir. Good evening to all our viewers, first and foremost. And it's a beautiful evening indeed here in Dubai. And what a time to have this quarter-final number 3. 2 teams have already fixed their spots, the Vision Shipping and the Karwan CC. Tonight, we'll have the other 2. Very, very good teams going up against each other. That was nicely played off the pads there by Yasitabe, going off the mark straight away. And especially these 2 teams have been absolutely brilliant, especially 7 districts. They've been very, very ruthless. Just 1 loss in the 7 games. And the Fly Emirates, on the other hand, they had a couple of washouts, and 1 game had to be, the points had to be shared. But having said that, they have blown hot and cold throughout, but usually they've been an excellent team. This is going to be an exciting contest, and Sendil Prabhu for a second was slightly asleep there down the pitch.
Yeah, good to see some good control with the new ball from Hafiz Almas. I've always admired him as a bowler. I think he underrates himself. Yes, he's one of those big hitters of the ball, but he's very much capable with the ball in hand. And now he's been entrusted with the new ball. In the absence of some of their frontline bowlers, 7 district, they're missing the likes of the big Abdul Ghaffar, of course, at the top. But he's been entrusted here, and so far, he's been quite accurate.
As he played a direct hit there, it was very, very close to the stumps. Good effort there, 7 districts. This is what they will give early on. And yes, and even Mohammad Haider also did mention it, Samir, at the toss, that 3 of the top frontliners, Haider Ali, Ghaffar, amongst the top 3 are representing the Abu Dhabi in the Abu Dhabi T10 League. So now they've got an opportunity to give some of those bench warmers, to say the least, an opportunity in this all-important game. And he said there's going to be absolutely no excuses. They've been practicing hard, they've been training hard, and they look forward to them coming good here. First over done, Fly Emirates, 3 for no loss. So it's going to be Mohammad Saghir who will be opening the bowling from the school end. Over number 2, it was a good start there by Hafiz Almas, just giving away 3 runs off his first over. Now remains to be seen how Saghir goes about this. He's going to be bowling to Sindhi Prabhu, and that is a line, though it was given a wide. You're playing right into the hands of Sindhi Prabhu, who's very, very strong at that offside. He's got to try and be more around that mid and off stump. Just keep it around that 4th stump line, and that is where Sindhi Prabhu struggles the most.
Yeah, I think Fly Emirates have a real opportunity here to beat this big name team, 7 districts, who have done very well in competitions throughout UAE. Today, as we've been mentioning, they're missing some of their frontline bowlers. Another wide, possibly. In fact, no, the umpire that one he believes is inside the tramline, and that's what it seemed like. Sendil, the first one he wanted to go after. This one he left it alone, assuming it will be called a wide. So back to the point, yeah, this is a real opportunity for a team like Fly Emirates, who by no means are a team that should be taken lightly. They have done well in this tournament. That's why they are playing this quarterfinals. But this is a big game and an opportunity for them to make use of these missing links from the 7 district bowling unit. Put up a good score and then challenge them. Nicely played away towards third man. And that'll be a single off the bat of Sendil Prabhu. He's someone who's been very important, hasn't he, for their campaign. When he gets good starts and provides that top order foundation, they go on to do well. And today, he'll do it. He'll want to do it more than ever.
Yes, that's been the story so far throughout the tournament. Both the batters, Yasit Abekun and Sendil Prabhu, featuring there on the batting leaderboard. Both at some time or the other were in the top 10. Yasit Abekun now, after the brilliant 60 in that last game, once again creeping into that batting leaderboard of the top 10 batters. And straight away here, he was bowled by a wonderful, brilliant delivery from Mohammad Sagir. That swung in sharply. And Yasita Abekun, unfortunately, has to depart very cheaply tonight.
Well, what about that for a delivery? Mohammad Sagir Khan produces a magical in-swinger to the left-handed Yasita Abekun, who was all at sea playing at that one. Read the swing late, read the length late, and he was too late to bring his bat down. Bowled by Sagir Khan. Makes only 1 run in this quarter-final, Yasita Abekun. Fly Emirates lose their first. It's 5 for 1.
Well, so that's the replay. Look at that delivery. You needed a special delivery like that to dismiss a batter like Yasita Abekun, who has been in tremendous form in this Arabian Cricket League 2023. So his dismissal finds Ansar Hashiz walking in at number 3. Opened the batting in the previous game and provided that brilliant start at the top of the order. Today, at the return of Yasita, he went down. He was demoted to number 3. Now he's got an opportunity, and just look at that for timing. Very well placed, ran down to the boundary. They pick up a couple of runs.
Yeah, that shows that he's been among the runs, isn't he? Nice looking shot to start things off. Ansar Rashid's a beautiful drive. Didn't really hit it too hard. Placement was key. Rai's just pulling that back. And he'll feel good about those 2 runs that he got off the first delivery. Good to see the slip in place, so the attack is on from 7 district. Sagir Khan, after that wicket, will be feeling pumped up now. Oh, that's in the air for a moment, but it's in the gap. Very nicely placed once again, Ansar Hashiz. Yes, I don't think he deliberately wanted to go in the air, but the placement is fantastic. Another boundary.
Well, they say when it rains, it pours, isn't it? That's exactly what's happening to Ansar Hashiz. He's been in excellent form. That was playing that way away from his body, but still with the kind of form that he's been in, he was able to find the gap there. Ansar Hashiz moves to 6 now of 2 balls. And he's been bowled! Mohammad Sagir, what a spell he's bowling. He's absolutely turning this game on its head. And thanks to a brilliant over here, couple of wickets and 2 very, very big wickets. And putting the Fly Emirates on the back foot here straight away.
Well, what bowling this is. Couple of outswingers. Got him to drive and play on the up. This one, jagging back into the right-hander. Ansar Rashid is playing all over it. Like you said earlier, away from the body. But that's not going to work when it's an in-swinger. Brilliant delivery once again from Sagir Khan to dismiss the big man. Ansar Hashiz goes for 6. A nice looking boundary and a couple of runs, but that's all he'll make in his 3 deliveries that he's faced. Now, Fly Emirates in a bit of trouble. 11 for 2.
So Hafiz Almas now bowling his second over. But what a start this has been by the 7 districts. Picking up 2 wickets and 2 of the biggest fish in the Fly Emirates batting lineup. Yasita Bekun and Ansar Ashish, who's both been in excellent form, and we've been mentioning about it before. Yasita Bekun breaking into the top 10 leaderboard. And also the man who did a lot of damage in the previous game, Ansar Ashish, with a brilliant half century. Today getting out very cheaply. What an over that has been. Slightly outside off, and Sendil Prabhu now, the onus lies on him, isn't it? 2 very good batters out there still. I say Fayaz Frank also one of the top batters in the Fly Emirates setup. They'll need a partnership between these two, and if there's anybody who's got to get them out of trouble, it is these two right there.
Yeah, Sandil has been in form, and they'll look to him now to anchor this innings, guide them to a good total, because we know 7 district bat well and they bat deep. So 180 plus is a must in this knockout game. Down the leg side, Hafiz Almas just looking for that extra effort. You could hear the grunt from him, bending his back there. And in that effort, he's bowled a wide. It's important for him to realize that he has to play a part here with the ball in hand, I think. Yes, Sahir is swinging the ball, getting those wickets, asking the question. So he simply needs to keep it tight. Frustrate the batter from one end, and the wickets will come eventually. We repeat this like parrots, but it is often forgotten that bowling is also about hunting in pairs and partnerships.
That's what you call, isn't it, Samir? Hunting in packs here, both Hafiz Almas and Mohammad Sagir keeping things very tight and not giving anything for the batters to play with. Now it's about the Fly Emirates reassessing, take a few deliveries, get a sighter in, get a measure of the pitch and the swing on offer on the surface, and then try and recalculate the approach here.
Again, playing it away from his body, Sandil. That's a risky ploy. This Hafiz Almas isn't express, but Sandil is looking for that offside, looking to open up. He'll have to try and develop his leg side game. I think you can't rely on one side of the wicket. Yes, you often say that someone who can drive well and cut well is considered a good batter, but we've rarely seen Sandil looking for that cross-batted shot or trying to play in the V. It's mostly on the offside, and that could very easily lead to his downfall.
That was again outside off. Hafiz Almas encouraging Sendil to bring out his favourite shots. And yes, you're very, very spot on there, Samir. I've hardly seen him flick off the pads. He's quite good with a short ball. He can pull and hook the ball nicely. But as far as flicking or playing off the pads to a fast bowler who's swinging it both ways, he's very hesitant. He likes to give himself some room and try and play it with a straight bat towards the offside. Can be a risky ploy in these conditions. There you go, climbing onto his body. So single to end the third. This is a brilliant start here by the 7 districts. Once again, making an early statement, showing who is the boss. 3 overs done, 13 for 2.
Sahir Khan is sent shockwaves through the Fala Emirates batting unit so far. Sendil again offered width. He's been offered that width regularly, but he's just failed to latch on, I think. just not finding that rhythm and that touch so far.
Well, on his defense, Samir, once again, even in the previous game, we saw him being a very slow starter. But then he has that ability to catch up. He has the shots. Sandil Prabhu, you will expect him to catch up with those deliveries been wasted. That will be given a wide once again. This is something that the 7 districts have got to be careful about. They've got the Fly Emirates exactly where they wanted. In 3.1 overs, they've got 2 wickets down for 14 runs. Now they've got to make sure that they tighten the screws. They cannot give easy singles, easy runs, extras. It's a big no-no.
Saghir has done brilliantly so far, except for that couple of wides that he's bowled. He's been quite accurate, swinging the ball both ways. That's much better in the air, but that's gone into the gap. Third man, Lairu Sandharuwan there, putting in the dive, but can't stop that from crossing the fence. A much needed boundary here for Fly Emirates off the bat of Sendil.
We've said it over and over again. You bowl that length and that line to Sandil Prabhu, he will keep hitting you and carving you to that region all day long. He's very, very strong towards the off side of the wicket. And you bowl that line and length, you will be punished. He moves on to 8 now, Sandil Prabhu. He'll want to get a start on here. There you say Samir, playing the way on the leg side. He does exactly that.
Well, that had to be hit on the leg side. It was into his pads. But yeah, finally latching onto one on the offside. I don't think he was in full control of that, but he's lucky. Just went in that gap between point and third. Fayaz Frank now will face his first delivery. He's been sitting inside watching what's been going on, so he'll be mindful of that movement that Saghir Khan is extracting of what has been a superb track so far here at the ICCA Academy.
Oh, very, very close to that off stump. I'm not sure if this is the right ploy. Fayaz Frank going up against Mohammad Saghir, who is making the ball talk right now. He's picked up the 2 wickets that fell with 2 brilliant deliveries. He's got to make sure that he spends some time out there in the middle before going for his shots there, Fayaz Frank. He's got to pilot the innings here tonight for the Fly Emirates. Get them to a good start. Well, that's way down the offside. Big, big wide there. And Samir, I had a very interesting chat with Fayaz Frank today before the start of the game. And so he tells me that he's usually flying at least 3-4 times a week, and sometimes when you do that much of flying, it can sometimes challenge you with regards to judging line and length, because it does take some time for the liquids in the ears to settle down. But this time it doesn't look like he has any issue with that. He's deposited that into the dressing room. Wonderful hook shot. That reminded me of Aravind De Silva in the good old days, Samir.
Well, one thing's for sure, he was just being modest there when he spoke to you, Fayaz. This was short, saw it early, hooked that down towards his teammates there in the dugout who have to take cover. That shot has gone out of fashion, I think. For me, I don't see many players playing that shot, the hook shot. Yes, quite a few players who are good at the pull shot, but this hook shot has certainly gone out of the game. At least not completely, because Fayaz has just played it, but yeah, it looks so good when it comes off. And you're right, it's never easy, even when you fly as a passenger. Your biological clock takes a bit of a beating. You have the jet lag, of course, and for pilots, I'm sure it must be all the more difficult because they've got to control that plane. And when you're flying so regularly, it does take time for you to reset yourself and to come out and then play in these high-intensity games. Never easy. Last ball of the over from Saghir Khan. Nicely bowled. Gentle outswing. He'll let that one go because he understands that the runs have come in this over. Well done from Fayaz. 26 for 2 at the end of 4.
So 4 overs done. Fly Emirates 26 for 2. A very good over in the previous one. The 13 runs coming off the Sagir's second over. After the brilliant first over from him, picked up 2 big wickets. And now it's up to these 2 batters. They've got a start here. A good run there. Quick drop down to short extra cover. Sandeep Prabhu moves on to 10 and Faz Frank. How's he gonna approach this? Like we were discussing earlier, Samir, we were just talking about the passengers flying around, and Faz also did tell me that there is a regulation where in international cricket you're not supposed to play a game straight away after taking a long flight. So usually they do give a couple of days for players to get accustomed. That was going down the leg side, definitely.
Yeah, we'll say that to all these flying league cricketers who go from one place to the other, playing one game after the other, obviously meeting the demands of their franchises. I think it's obviously advisable in terms of international cricket, but the way the world is going, I think all these leagues that are popping up around the world demand a lot from these international cricketers, and I think they've gotten accustomed to going country to country, continent to continent, playing games in different parts of the world. Of course, it's a shorter format, so it doesn't take so much of a toll on your body. It does take a lot of fitness, a lot of athleticism, good metabolism for you to be churning out and attending and making sure you perform in every other game.
But at least the players who are representing the Abu Dhabi T10 League, they don't have that problem. Beginning tomorrow, the Abu Dhabi T10 League. International cricketers all coming down to play this brilliant format. That was very close. That was perhaps a bit too close to the body to cut there. Sandeep Prabhu once again fancying and trying to play on his strength there.
He's had his troubles against Hafiz Almas, who I think is really bending his back, extracting a bit of bounce. And Sendil has failed to get under the bounce. He's often looked to play away from his body, and most times hasn't really made a good connection. Good spell this from just 6 runs, Hafiz Almas. So far at least. Could very easily spoil the over these last 2 deliveries.
Once again, plays it close to the body. Well, make no mistake, the 7 districts, I'm sure they would have done their homework and recognized the strength of each of the batters in the Fly Emirates setup. So they would have recognized the fact that Sandeep Prabhu is in fact very strong on the offside. So right now, Hafiz Almas has got that plan to perfection. He's bowling quite tight, just around that rib cage, outside off stump. So they've got to keep persisting on. I'll say once again, this has been a good over. Just 3 runs off this over so far. Last ball coming up off the 5th.
Nicely behind that. Get a single onto the leg side. So another good over from Hafiz Almas. Fayaz will be happy with that single. He'll retain the strike. It's 5 overs done. 30 for 2.
So time for some spin here by the 7 districts. It's going to be Wahab Hassan who's been brought into the attack from the school end to bowl the last over of the power play. 30 for 2 here, Fly Emirates. Oh, that's nicely played down the leg side there and gets a boundary. Well, remains to be seen if he has got any bat there. And I think he has. In fact, yes, that's a very, very good shot from Fayaz Frank. Not trying to hit it too hard. The moment he saw it slightly down the leg side, beautifully plays that. Very good sweep. Gets it just right behind the wicket keeper. Gets a boundary. So Wahab Hassan now will feel the pressure. Boundary off his very first ball. Fayaz Frank 11 off 6. He's going through nicely. He'll need to make a big score here tonight. Once again scoops it, and once again tries to take that sweep shot, and he gets caught out at the short fine leg. Fayaz Frank just cannot believe what he actually did right there. Trying to be cute once again. Look at that. There's no pace whatsoever to play with. And a very, very good catch there by the fielder at short fine leg. Disaster struck here for the Fly Emirates. Zishan Nasir with that catch at short fine. He goes for 11 Fayaz Frank. Fly Emirates in a spot of bother. 34 for 3. So Wahab Hassan, in fact, picking up a wicket off the second ball he bowled. And now the new batter, the skipper, walks in, Usman Mushtaq, and straight away he's been beaten by Jafar of a delivery. Very, very good line and length. This is from Wahab Hassan. The first ball was slightly wide down the leg side. It was nicely capitalized by Fayaz Frank, and the very next delivery been put away to the boundary. It was dismissed. So 3 more balls here. Single down. They managed to find a gap, and in fact the placement and timing was so good. Usman Mushtaq gets a boundary. Very good shot there by Usman. He gets off the mark in style. That was very close to the body, and for a second I thought that there was just maybe a couple of runs, but the timing was such that he picked up a boundary there. Very nicely played, Usman Mushtaq. This is what the ICCA Academy can offer. Very quick outfield, and if you manage to pass the 30-yard circle, you will get full value for your shots. A direct hit there. Good work there by Saghir. Charging in from the point region. This is now... We've already got 8 runs of this over. Last ball coming up off the power play. Can Wahab Hassan get another wicket here? Oh, very nearly does. Very, very nearly does. Though he's gone for a couple of boundaries. Under the circumstances, it's been a good over. 6 overs done. Fly Emirates 38 for 3.
.38 for 3 at the end of 6. It's been an interesting power play here so far. Early wickets for 7 district. That is a brilliant in-swinger from Saghir Khan. Picking up Yashid Abekun early on. Sandil played a couple of good-looking shots. However, Saghir kept bowling those beautiful lines, getting rid of the 2 top-order batters. Then Fayaz played a couple of good-looking shots before he perished, trying to get Wahab Hassan over fine leg. And a boundary as well in that last over. So certainly that power play belonging to 7 District with those 3 wickets. Lahiru Sandharuwan now into the attack. Oh, and he bowls a brilliant delivery to start things off. An in-swinger. There was a noise for sure. And the umpire says, yep, that is the inside edge of the bat. And Lahiru Sandharuwan with the golden arm for 7 District. Coming on and picking up a wicket off the first delivery, and that too of the man in form for Fly Emirates. Sendil Prabhu has to depart. What a brilliant delivery this was from Lahiru Sandharuwan. Pitching it short. That swung in very sharply, and a good catch from Farman Ali behind the stumps. Sendil did indicate that it may have hit his wrist, but the umpire, he thought otherwise, and that's the decision that will remain. 11 of 20 for him. A real struggle out there for Sendil today. Now Fly Emirates are in some deep trouble. 38 for 4. Lahiru Sandharuwan, a wicket off his first delivery, and out comes Irfan Arif. He's big, he's tall, and he can hit some big and tall sixes. They'll need him to be out there for a long, long time because they're in some serious trouble, Fly Emirates. Starts off with a short one to him as well. Looking for that pull shot. Irfan Arif will be better off just getting a sighter. His team is in a lot of trouble. What's required right now is a partnership between him and the skipper. They've got a lot of work to do, a lot of hard work to do here. 7 District bowlers are on top of their game here tonight. Hafiz Almash, the brilliant spell. Sahir Khan picking up those 2 early wickets. Wahab Hassan, the left-arm spinner, coming in and picking up a wicket in his first over. So every bowler having made impactful contributions here. With offered straight to point. Irfan Arif just getting a feeler at that. It'll be another dot ball. Lahiru has found form in the recent few games. He was out of the senior team for a while, was demoted to their junior team, put in some good performances, and he's back now. Playing an important part in this senior 7 District squad. He's worked very hard, Lahiru Sandharuwan. He's reaping the rewards for it. 38 for 4, Fly Emirates. Not the start they would have wanted in this quarter-final. Oh, what a delivery. Swinging in onto the pads, and the umpire, a nod of the head and the raise of the finger. Surprised Irfan Arif there, Lahiru Sandharuwan. He bowled a couple of short deliveries. This one was straight and full, angling into the right-handed Irfan Arif. He's a tall lad, so his bat took some time to come down. And quite rightly so, the umpire confirming that may have gone on to hit the middle and leg stump and raising his finger. This is some serious, serious trouble here. Here's another look. Oh yes, that's hitting him on the back leg, in fact. The knee flap of the back leg. And that was going on to certainly hit middle stump. Irfan Arif goes for none in just 3 deliveries. Lahiru Sandharuwan now, 2 wickets to him. What a start this, and what a terrible start this for Fly Emirates. 38 for 5. Lots of noise being made here by the 7 District fielders, and why not? They are absolutely bossing this game here right now. Had Fly Emirates in all sorts of trouble. Half their side down with just 38 runs on the board. 7th over in progress. Lahiru Sandharuwan. What a start he's had. 2 wickets for none. And he starts off with a bouncer. to the new batter Krishna Kumar as well. A left-hander. The slip in place for him. They are on the attack, 7 District. 2 wickets for no runs in this over from Lahiru Sandurwan. Well, everything that 7 District have done so far in this game has paid off brilliantly. They started off with Hafiz Almas and Sahir Khan with the new ball. Ball brilliantly picked up 2 wickets very early. Then Wahab Hassan came in, picked up a wicket himself, the left-arm spinner, and now 2 to Lahiru Sandurwan with no runs given so far. 2 slips in place now. This one's down the leg side. Krishna Kumar comfortably just pushing that down towards mid-wicket. Very good stuff from the square leg fielder. This is what 7 District pride themselves. They're a professional team and they put in a professional performance every time they're out there. 7 overs done. Fly Emirates in tatters. 39 for 5. Well, the trouble keeps piling on for Fly Emirates now. After a brilliant start from Lahiru Sandurwan, they have to now deal with Wahab Hassan, the left arm spin of Wahab Hassan. He starts off with a nicely flighted delivery to Krishna. And it'll be another dot ball, so it's going to be a long uphill task for Fly Emirates to try and get the better of this innings. 39 for 5. Once again, very well bowled. Right on the money from Wahab Hassan. Varying his pace. The previous one was flighted. This one pushed a little quicker through the air. And Krishna Kumar will be very mindful. These two know how important this partnership is. They can't afford to lose another one here. With a width offer, this is straight to third man who hasn't fielded that too cleanly. And because of that, a rare fumble in the field from 7 District. They're able to cross over for a couple of runs. Fly Emirates. Every run here they get will be the weight of gold here. They'll want to try and pick up every run that's available out there, either through some good shots or fumbles in the field like on that occasion. Wahab Hassan generally very accurate. And so far, despite picking up those 2 boundaries in the previous over, he's been very, very good so far. Single. This one brings Usman Mushtaq, the skipper, on strike, who will be concerned here. The skipper, on a track like this, they would have wanted to post at least 160 or above that, knowing the kind of batting firepower that 7 District have. But they will fail to lay the foundation here. Nicely pushed down towards long on, and this is what they'll have to do at least until the 14th, 15th over. Try and get those ones, get to about maybe 80, 90 if possible, without any further risks, and then try and finish with a flourish in the end. They've got batting to come, not much, but there is still some firepower left in this innings. Looking for the sweep shot, got a glove, I thought. No real connection as such. There'll be another dot ball. In fact, it'll be the end of the over. Another good one from Wahab Hassan. It's 43 for 5. Lahiru into his second over. Oh, going full this time. He started off in his previous over with the shorter ones. That's what created that doubt in the batters' minds. But he mixed it up so well, his lengths. Kept the batters guessing. Now he starts off with a fuller one to Usman Mushtaq. He's made good use of this newish ball, and he's deservingly picked up those 2 wickets in that previous over. This one angling in again. Usman Mushtaq not very comfortable in playing that. Another dot ball. After a quick break, Atiq is back with me in the comm box. Atiq, Fly Emirates are flying nowhere in this innings so far. Knockout game, been a disappointment so far.
Well, I'd like to say it's nose diving, isn't it? They're nose diving right into the ocean. 43 for 5 Fly Emirates. This is a disaster start here. Down the leg side. It's going to be given a wide now. Skipper Usman Mushtaq, he's got to play a captain's knock here tonight. He's got to somehow try and dig his team out of trouble. It's going to be easier said than done because it's quite a challenge up ahead here for the Fly Emirates. They're going up against one of the best teams here in the domestic circuit. But Lahir Sandharuwan, on the other hand, he's bowled absolutely brilliant, hasn't he? Very tight with his lines and lengths. Just keeping it tight. Just look at those figures. 2 for 2 of his 1.3 overs. He's hardly given nothing away there, Lahir Sandharuwan. Excellent line, excellent length. And what's very heartening to see here is that he's been someone who's known to bowl those outswingers, but looks like he's worked on his in-swing as well here, Lahir Sandharuwan. God gets an edge! That was a regulation catch if there was a first sleep, if there was one. Unfortunate. And Usman Mushtaq gets a boundary down towards that third man region.
Yeah, they'll need all that luck, Fly Emirates. Very well bowled by Lahir Sandharuwan. He would have wished he got a slip. But unfortunately for him, that goes past the keeper to the boundary. Flashing at it hard, Usman Mushtaq. Saw the width and got excited. He'll take the boundary. Much needed one for Fly Emirates. They'll need many more of those, that's for sure.
Certainly do. And Usman Mushtaq, he's going to be the man. He'll not mind how the runs come, as long as it comes here for his team. The onus now on his shoulders. The 7 districts, they have been very sharp on the field with the ball so far. The 9th over right now with half the side back in the dugout for the Fly Emirates. They'll have a huge uphill battle here to dig themselves out of trouble.
And they've got the skipper out there. Usman Mushtaq will have to take lead, take charge, and be out there for the rest of this innings. Nicely bowled again. Nicely behind it, Usman Mushtaq, but all he can get is a little defense towards extra cover. And another dot ball to end the over. Another good one from Lahir Sandharuwan. Just at 4, but there was 2 off the outside edge. End of 9, it's 48 for 5. Wahab will bowl his third. And he starts off with a bit of width offer. That's hit through the gap by Krishna Kumar, the left-hander. Levers there to be hit. It's set up nicely. And he's a good enough batter, Krishna Kumar, to cut that away towards the backward point boundary.
A bit too loose. Way outside off, and Krishna Kumar capitalizes on that beautifully. He moves out of 8 now of 8 balls. The boundary also brings the 50 up for the Fly Emirates in the 10th over. 52 for 5 now. Good comeback here by Wabas, and he's bowled quite well even in the previous, even the first over that he's bowled. The first ball did go for a boundary, and immediately after it did pick up a wicket. So Wabasan, he's just got to be a bit more consistent with his lines and lengths. And if he can get another breakthrough here, That would just about seal the deal for the 7 districts.
Yeah, has a challenge of bowling to the left-handed Krishna Kumar. Never prefer bowling to left-handers, left-arm spinners, that's for sure. But it's certainly all the more satisfactory when you get their wickets as well. Nicely behind that is pushing it a bit quicker now, Wahab Hassan. Earlier on, he was happy to float it. But Krishna Kumar, to me, has looked the most comfortable batter out there so far. The rest have been struggling to find their feet. He's been a bit technically sound and he seems to have got the measure of the bowling so far.
On the other hand, the skipper, Usman, has got to be the man. Another dot ball. Tightening things up here. Just 5 runs coming off this over. Fly Emirates, they'll be looking forward to seeing from where or from whom can they get the run. So Wajid Rasool also yet to come into bat. Another very good prolific batter, Wajid Rasool. One of the cleanest hitters of the ball. So there is still some hope for the Fly Emirates. But whatever they do, they've got to do it fast. 10 overs done, 53 for 5. So at the halfway stage, 53 for 5, Fly Emirates. The first 10 has not gone their way. Can the last 10 go their way? Nicely played there by Krishna Kumar. Technically sound. Seems to be having a good base there, Krishna Kumar. He's got to help the skipper get a good, decent partnership here. They've already got 16 runs together. If they can get at least try and be there together for another 5-6 overs and go at around 7 to 8 runs and over, then they can reassess from there. That's played nicely down the ground. Usman Mushtaq, after that injury he had, Samir, around a few months ago, he had a foot injury, Usman Mushtaq. But since that injury, he's just not looked his usual self. Mind you, Usman Mushtaq is somebody who did play a lot of cricket in the UAE. Was also representing the UAE under 19s during his time. Good 15-20 years ago. So he's somebody with a lot of experience, Usman. Tonight he's got to come good for him here.
Yeah, quarterfinal, big night, big game. This Arabian Cricket League is definitely among the top tournaments here in the UAE, and this is something teams pride in taking part in. To be able to get to the final stages is no easy task. Oh, nicely bowled and nicely caught as well. Lahiru Sandarawan can do nothing wrong here tonight. He's got the number 49 on his t-shirt, just like Wanindu Hasaranga, and he's certainly living up to that number. What a delivery to get rid of the batter that was looking the best out there tonight. And another one falls.
Lahiru Sandarawan. Well, he's been in some tremendous form with the ball, hasn't he? And with the bat as well. Was the man of the match in the previous game, Lahiru Sandarawan. Tonight, once again, he's bowling a terrific spell here. Krishna Kumar departs for 10. Fly Emirates in all sorts of trouble. 55 for 6.
Wajahat Rasool, the big man, walks out with Lahiru Sandarawan breathing fire here for 7 District tonight. Nicely behind that. That'll be another dot ball. 3 wickets for the not so tall Sri Lankan, but he's worked extremely hard to come back into this senior side and making very meaningful contributions here.
Well, I first saw Lahiru Sandarawan in that Arabian Cricket League Season 1 in the early months of this year, in January, February, and he was one of those members who was in and out of the team. He's not very consistent with his performance, and now, since he's got an opportunity to come back into the senior side, he's looked absolutely brilliant. Didn't feature in the starting of the tournament. The last 2-3 games he's been a regular. Good to see Lahiru Sandarawan. He's an absolute talent. 3 wickets for 9 runs off his 3 overs. 11 overs done, 56 for 6.
Well, it looks like Wahab will bowl out his 4 overs, 1 for 17 so far, so good returns for him. He starts off to Wajahat Rasool, who's just walked out, and that's been the problem for 7 District. No batter has been able to stay out there for too long, compile the runs, try and build a partnership. They've just kept losing wickets very regularly, and that's deterred their progress in this innings so far. Making room and pushing that down towards long off. Will get the single, but these aren't going to be enough for Fly Emirates. Yes, for the moment this is what's required. However, they'll need many, many more. The score needs to be above 130, 140 at least to challenge this 7 District batting lineup. They've got the top run getters in their ranks. This has been chipped. A bit of width offered from Wahab Hassan, but safely towards long off for another single.
Down the ground, that's a good looking shot from Wajahat Rasool. He's announced his arrival at the crease with a beautiful stroke over the covers. Magnificently played by Wajahat Rasool. This is what he brings to the table. He's one of the hardest and the cleanest hitters of the ball. And when he gets going, this can become very, very entertaining. Good looking shot. Can he hit his way out of trouble here for the Fly Emirates? 62 for 6 now. Once again, a very, very good effort there. The point. Mohammad Sagir. So 6 runs off Wahab Hassan's over. He's got one more ball to go in his spell. He's been absolutely brilliant tonight. 1 for 23, 3.5 overs. Kept things very tight. That's a big shot. Where's that gone? Has that gone all the way? No, he has not. Gets caught up at long on. And another wicket falls for the Fly Emirates. This is disaster. Here at the Arabian Cricket League quarter-final number 3.
Well, they keep falling, don't they, Fly Emirates? The batters come in, couple of shots here and there, and then just unable to apply themselves and get among the runs. The 7th wicket falls for Fly Emirates. Wajahat Rasool, the big man, has to walk away on that occasion. He looked to go big, just couldn't get the distance. It's 62 for 7 now. With that wicket, Wahab Hassan has bowled out. Brilliant quota for him too for 23. Lahiru Sandruwan now will bowl his last one. And starts off with a full toss to Shamim Ali, who has just come out to bat. In fact, it is Usman Mushtaq who's on strike. 3 for 9 for Lahiru Sandruwan. Amazing figures. He'll be looking to target that 5 for. That's for sure.
So Lahiru Sandruwan, he has featured for the Galle Cricket Club, Samir, back in Sri Lanka. Bit too short, that was pulled in front of square and he's got a boundary. Very, very good shot there. Usman Mushtaq saw the ball shot, picked it up very early on, got on the back foot and dispatched it off his presence. A very, very good shot there from Usman Mushtaq.
Yeah, I think he saw it coming. The previous one, Lahiru looking to go full and converting that into a full toss. This one, I think Usman figured that he's going to go short and he was ready for it. And that's why he timed it so well, pulled it in front of him, resulting in a boundary down at deep square leg. Usman Mushtaq now on to 15.
Oh, gets a bottom edge there. Lucky that it did not carry to the wicket keeper, Usman Mushtaq. But once again, this has been, apart from the boundary, it's been a very, very good spell. There you go. Look at that. The 3 wickets of Lahiru Sandruwan. That was caught right in front there, Irfan Arif. And then the 3rd wicket outside off, getting a thick edge. And Krishna Kumar had to depart as well. So it's been a very, very good spell. Last 3 balls of his over coming up here. Down the leg side.
And the most impressive thing about those 3 wickets, I think, is that it was because of good bowling. It wasn't like the batter played a false shot or a rash shot. It was just genuinely good bowling on good lines, on good lengths, really deceiving the batter with some swing and pace on all 3 of those occasions.
Yes, it certainly has been very, very decent bowling here. Not trying to do anything out of the ordinary. An opportunity, a direct is required. But a wide throw there enables both batters to cross. So lucky break for a second, Lahiru Sandruwan. For a second thought that he had his 4th.
Syed Haider Wasi Shadia down at mid-off. For a moment thought he was in with a chance for a catch. He did get in front, but just at the last moment realized that the ball was dipping on him. He could have had a run out as well, but just that pick up after the fumble wasn't also clean. Right then, Shamim Ali. He's a new batter. He takes strike for the first time against Lahiru, who's got 2 deliveries to go in his spell of 4 overs. Starts off with a short one. So he's greeted every batter that has walked out with that shortish delivery. This time the umpire says, Lahiru, I know you've bowled well, but this one was a little too short. I'll call it a wide.
Not the tallest of lads around, isn't he? Lahiru Sandruwan. He's an average height for a Sri Lankan, like all of us.
Speak for yourself, Atik. I know why you said that. I don't know about you, but I've got enough height. We saw the toss, how you were holding the mic so high to Muhammad Haider. We're going to get you a stool. Nicely pushed away by Shamim Ali. Coming back for the second, Usman wants it, but it'll just be 1 run.
Lahiru Sandruwan. He's got 1 more ball in his spell. Can he get a wicket here? Can he just round up? In fact, I beg your pardon. He's got 1 more ball to go in the over. Lahiru Sandruwan. It's been a very, very good spell tonight. 3 for 17 of 3.5. He's completely broken the backbone of the Fly Emirates here. Last ball coming up of his spell.
Oh, flush onto the pads, down the leg side. Brilliant delivery to end his 4 overs. One thing's for sure, tonight he's going to feast on some kottu to celebrate his 3 wickets today. 71 for 7 at the end of 13. The introduction of Raiz and the 14th over tells you what a quality side the 7 district side are. They've got infinite resources to tap into. Starts off with a short one. Punch it off the back foot. Usman Mushtaq will get a single off the first one. Raiz has been brilliant for 7 district. Not so much with the ball, but definitely with the bat. The highest run getter of the tournament. And he contributes with the ball as well. What a fine asset to have in your team. And as I always call him, the one word to describe his best is that he's a versatile cricketer. Does a bit of everything and he does them very well.
Well, I would not call it a little bit of everything, Samir. He's got all of everything. A champion batter, one of the cleanest hitters of the ball, and a decent bowler, but this time it was slightly wide. And very nicely capitalized there by Shamim Ali. Gets a boundary.
Yeah, a bit of width offered. Shamim Ali latches onto that one. Hit it nicely in the gap, just past that point fielder. No chance for deep extra cover. Lahiru there to cover that off. So a good boundary, a needed boundary. 76 now on the board. How many more can Fly Emirates get to challenge these 7 district batters? With again, this time it's on the left of that third man fielder. And that'll be another boundary. So back-to-back boundaries. Shamim Ali is serious here about getting some runs for his team.
Fly Emirates will not be complaining. They will take any runs that come their way. Be it streaky, be it edges. As long as the runs come, they will not mind. 80 for 7 now. They're going at 5.85. Not sufficient. They need to try and push on to get to that 6 to 7 runs and over. Try to at least get to about that 135, 140. Give their bowlers something to bowl at.
Yeah, that's much better from Raiz. Slightly fuller, bit of flight offered. That's probably the way to bowl to batters who aren't set. Ask them to go for that big one. Again looking for that cut shot and again in the gap. Wow, Shamim Ali, why is he batting so low? He's finding the gaps to perfection. 3 boundaries in that Raiz Ahmed over. The most expensive probably tonight. 14 done. It's 84 for 7 with that boundary. Well, he was a chief tormentor early on, Saghir Khan. Now he's back to finish off the innings for 7 district. There's 6 overs left. He's going to bowl 2 of those 6. Saghir Khan, 2 for 21. Bowled a couple of brilliant deliveries to get rid of first Yasita Abekun.
Ansar Hashiz, who's been in
And
very
then
good form
Ansar
as well.
Aziz. Ansar Hashiz. Thank you, Atik. Seem to be struggling to get that name right.
So Usman Mushtaq, 18 of, in fact he moves on to 19 now. So he's been out there in the middle for some time, Usman Mushtaq. Now they've got a 23 run stand between these two since the moment Shamim Ali has come to bat, and he's played those 3 beautiful boundaries in that over of Raiz Ahmed. Now it remains to be seen if they can push this on. These two have got to bat the entire 20 overs. Goes down the ground. Oh, I think is that going to be a boundary? I think that will be given a boundary because I felt that there was some part of the foot behind the boundary line. I'm sure the umpires will want to have a look at that.
They'll have another look for sure. Hitting aggression, that shot from Shamim Ali. Going down towards mid-wicket. What's the guilty party over there? Yeah, a bit of footwork. In fact, I think his right leg has touched the boundary line while he was pushing the ball with his other leg. So going to be probably signal a boundary. Yes, there you go. That's confirmation from umpire KT. Much needed one again for Fly Emirates. The boundaries haven't come by. The big runs haven't come by.
Nicely flicked off. That's a very, very good looking shot. Magnificently played off the pads. Shami Mali is playing a brilliant knock here. He's been outstanding from the moment he's walked out to bat. Look at that. Very nicely flicked off the front foot. And he got the gap there. Wonderfully played.
Well, one question on my mind is, why is he batting so low? He's looked brilliant. Timed the ball nicely. Found the gaps to perfection. And he's batting at number 9. Give him a promotion, Fly Emirates. If he's a steward, make him your captain. And if he's your captain, make him your pilot. Because Shamim Ali seems to be the only one who's got the measure of things out there. Once again, riding on that bounce. Not getting all of it, and just be a single.
So last ball coming up off the 15, 94 for 7. These last 5 overs, if these two can still find a way to dig deep and be out there, and if the Fly Emirates can try and get to that 135, 140 mark, they can perhaps give themselves a fighting chance here. Nicely played. Down to the third man boundary. Another one here for Shami Mali. He moves on to 25 of 10. And what a brilliant knock this is turning out to be.
Well, a bit of an anti-climax is from Sahir Khan. Offering width on that occasion. And he's nicely cut that away over the infield towards the boundary at third man. So 3 boundaries in that over, allowing Fly Emirates to get to 97 for 7 at the end of 15.
Now we're into the last 5 overs of the innings. Now Fly Emirates 97 on the board. How much more can they get here? Gets an outside edge. Once again he runs down to the boundary. This time it's Usman Mushtaq who gets that thick outside edge. And it brings the 100 up for the Fly Emirates. This is a very good period of play for the men in blue, because the runs have been coming thick and fast. And it's been coming out of these two batters. A 39 run stand between these two has now helped the Fly Emirates get over past that 100 run mark.
Skipper to skipper here. Muhammad Haider bringing himself onto the attack. Starting off with a boundary. Nothing wrong with the delivery. An outside edge there, allowing Usman Mushtaq to get those 4 runs. And the next delivery, he's doing it nicely for a single. Well, it is certainly a very good partnership. I think 40 now, to be precise. They've done well to get to at least 100 at one point. It didn't seem like they'll even get to 100. 60 odd for 7. They've managed to get to 103 now with that single. Polite inquiry from the skipper, but thought there was a inside edge. Yes, no signal from the umpire, so confirming there was a bit of bat on that.
But this is turning out to be a very, very good partnership here for the Fly Emirates. 103 for 7. As he played down the ground. Still a couple of batters yet to come in. Amin Miflal and Mohammad Ubaidullah. Amin Miflal, he's no mug with the bat. I'll tell you, he can handle himself. Seen him hits a couple of very, very good looking shots out of the ground. Once again played down for a single to mid-on. Shamim Ali, Samir we saw the other day, scored, in fact took a blinder of a catch at deep point, which helped enable the Fly Emirates to win the game. Tonight, is this innings with a bat gonna be the difference? Pick up a couple of runs, very good running there. 16 overs done, 107 for 7.
107 for 7 Fly Emirates. Finally finding some momentum in their batting as Raees Ahmed will bowl his second over. And a quick change of voices here. Afiq will take a much deserved break. And in comes Farooq Khazmi. Farooq, welcome to the ICCA Academy, quarter-final number 3. Exciting times, knockout games coming up in this tournament.
Thank you, Samir, and hope you get well soon. You're under the weather and yet you're doing the commentary duty. That's the kind of commitment we have, ladies and gentlemen, here in the com box. Fly Emirates not flying off today, but this is a good repair job. Usman Mushtaq, very, very experienced. He's represented UAE in that Asia Cup, and he's played for Pakistan under 19 as well. So this sort of situation is not unbeknownst to him. He should be looking to get his team off to some sort of a total here. This is a very handy partnership, Samir, isn't it?
Yeah, they needed it. Desperately needed it, even if it came after 7 wickets. There had to be someone who stood out there and got some runs together. Shamim Ali has done well, played aggressively. Oh, big shot. Nice log sweep. Down towards mid-wicket. One bounce into the fence. Usman Mushtaq has curbed his instincts in trying to go big, but on that occasion, he saw the length early from Raees and nicely hit that towards the boundary.
He's absolutely tonked that. Played that towards wide mid-wicket and gets a much-needed boundary for his side. Shamim Ali's played a blinder. 28 of just 14 deliveries. Much-needed runs for his team. Still 3.5 overs to go in this first innings. They're slowly gaining momentum.
Yeah, they're taking a liking to Raees Ahmed. Gave away 13 in his first over. Up until then, all the bowlers were putting in a good shift. Lahiru with 3 wickets. Mohammad Saghir Khan with 2 brilliant deliveries. Then Wahab Hassan picked up 2. But just in this last couple of overs, things have gone a bit haywire for 7 districts. Nicely bowled. They're asking the question, in fact. Farman Ali seems very convinced. Shamim Ali will smile. The umpire will say, nope, I didn't hear anything there.
End of the 17th. 113 for 7. Skipper to bowl. 18th over. That's spanked down the ground. It's high up in the air. And Usman Mushtaq Is it Usman Mushtaq? Yes, it is. Usman Mushtaq loses his wicket to the skipper. So the golden arm here working for 7 districts. This was a partnership that was looking dangerous.
Yeah, well, he couldn't control himself. He just thought that he had to go big. Usman Mushtaq still about 17 deliveries left in this inning, so maybe would have been better off at least batting another over or two out and then going for those big shots. However, that one boundary in the previous over would have probably motivated him to try and go big again. They lose their 8th just when the partnership was looking threatening. Fly Emirates lose another one. 113 for 8 now.
Heather bowls to the new batter. Amin, left arm tweaker, gets off the mark straight away.
Yeah, he'll have to now try and give as much strike as possible to Shamim Ali, who's looked a very aggressive batter out there for Fly Emirates. This is the 20-30 runs is what Fly Emirates will be looking. With offered cutaway once again towards point and past point, in fact, for another boundary. Shamim Ali has peppered that offside region and Haider has offered him a free gift to hit him away for a boundary.
Now this is beautifully cut away. Short and wide, asking to be hit, but still needs to be hit. Places that beautifully in the gap. I've been told he's a very able batter. It is quite strange why he's so down the order this time. He's played that straight down the ground. Beautiful shot. Consecutive boundaries here for Shamim Ali.
Yeah, that was exactly my question. What is he doing at number 9, 7 down? And the way they've batted so far, he should be high up that order, at least at number 4, 5. But today, well, it has worked in their favour, that's for sure. He's come out and he's batted very positively. That's what was missing from the top order batter. It was a very timid approach from the top order, a little overcautious, one might say. Shamim Ali has shown that, yeah, it might be a knockout game, but you still got to be positive and play those shots. It's come off for him quite nicely.
Yeah, definitely. You have to go for your shots. You can't get into a shell irrespective of what opponent you're facing. And I think they could have this excuse. This is exactly the reason they've held him back, because they need someone lower down the order that can play this kind of an innings. But while we have a hold up in the game, we'll be back in just a minute. Right, so we're back after that short little break. 122 for 8, 17.4 overs. Shamim Ali, what a knock he's playing. Haider Ali bowls this again, played this beautifully towards that onside. That is poor running. That was no two there. Mohammad Amin didn't even look at the ball, just ran blindly.
Yeah, this is suicidal. Well, you can't blame Amin, to be honest, because Shamim Ali did call back. There you go, look at that. He's turned and then he stopped. Amin, well, he was halfway down the track. He's got long legs and big strides. Because of that, there was no chance for him to come back. So Amin Miflal has to walk back. The wickets keep tumbling for the Fly Emirates. They lose their 9th now. 122 runs on the board.
Ubaidullah, the last man. 123 for 9. Nicely played this. Mohammad Haider, 1.5. 2 overs now. 20 for 1. 123 for 9. End of 18 overs. Hafiz Almas asked to bowl the penultimate over. Shamim Ali on strike. He'll need to face as many of these 12 final deliveries as he can. That's short and wide, and he's cut that away, running down towards third man. He'll just be one.
Well, Hafiz was given the new ball responsibility, and I thought bowled a brilliant spell. Yes, in that last over, just a couple of boundaries, but otherwise he was very sharp, very accurate, and he created that pressure from one end, which allowed Sahir to pick up those 2 wickets. I think he's worked very hard on his bowling, Hafiz Almas, and he's taken control of that new ball in the absence of some of their big names, 7 District. And this is why this team is such a professional, renowned team, 7 District. They keep finding resources to come in place of those big names that go missing and go sometimes on national duty or playing some of the bigger leagues. And they keep finding these players to come and perform consistently. Oh, wrapping him on the pads, asking the question. Oh, and he hit him instead of hitting the stumps. He went full.
Well, that was a good shout. I think that was close. But it's a very good run here, sneaked through. Ubaidullah putting his body on the line. Hafiz Almas asking the question to the umpire. Let's have a look again. A little leg side-ish, yeah, the wicket keeper as well, going down leg.
Yeah, and Ubaidullah is very tall as well, so probably the umpire thinking about height too. And that throw at the non-strikers and being blocked by the non-striker. I'm surprised the bowlers haven't, the fielding team hasn't asked for an obstruction. I mean, it's the last wicket. Not really looking for a big partnership breaker here. But importantly, for Fly Emirates, Shamim Ali is on strike now.
So trying to go for that ramp shot. Hit him way outside off stump. He had the right idea. Fine legs up in the ring. That is a boundary option, but Hafiz Almas is pretty quick.
Yeah, that's been his strength, Shamim Ali. It's as if he's got the entire blueprint of the field on his head. He knows exactly where the gaps are and try and exploit them. But yeah, you can do that against a slower bowler. But Hafiz, he keeps it very quick and very accurate. So you have to be pinpoint perfect to get a shot like that off. But you're right, fine leg up in the circle. Probably a boundary there for the taking. He doesn't pride himself in his power hitting in front of the wicket. He prefers those cheeky shots behind the wicket, Shamim Ali. Well, talk about not liking power shots. This is down the ground. But it'll just be a single.
Well, he refuses the single, Shamim Ali. Wants to face most of these final deliveries. Ubaidullah, not known for his batting prowess. 125 for 9. They've done well, fairly well, with that lower order partnership with Usman Mushtaq, the skipper for Fly Emirates.
Cut away very nicely. Be straight to the fielder. They're looking for the second one. This could be trouble. The throw isn't that great. And the bails have been taken off. This could be touch and go. From first sight there, it did seem like the batter was struggling. For Rahman Ali, generally very good, very quick with the gloves in hand. And on that occasion too, he was quick to take the bails off. Here's another look. This should confirm it for us. Well, he plays for Fly Emirates and he was certainly flying there. But has he landed? Is it going to be arrival or departure? That's the question that remains to be answered.
Well, he did lose his bat in the process, but I think he's safe here. A valiant effort by Shamim Ali, showing that he's willing to put his body on the line for the side. That's brilliant effort. 125 for 9.
Well, it looks like the dreaded finger has been raised by the umpire, and Shamim Ali's cameo looking for that extra run to try and keep strike. He loses his wicket on 39 runs. And as a result, Fly Emirates will only make 125 runs. Here's another look at that. Yeah, that's what the umpire confirming. The bat was in the air while the bails were being taken off. He did put in the dive. He had crossed the line but just hadn't touched down. As Fly Emirates get bowled out and bundled out for 125 runs on the board. Will not be enough, Farooq, against a fancied 7 district batting unit.
Yeah, definitely. There are no demons on this wicket. And short of about 7 deliveries, that will prove costly. Again, the batting card here, poor start. Their main batter, Senthil Yasita, couldn't get going today. But the skipper, Usman Mushtaq, and then at number 9, Shamim Ali. Courtesy their partnership, they've managed to stitch together some runs, 126 on the board. They will be looking to try and make a game out of this. They are fighters.
Brilliant performance from the ball by 7 district. 2 for 34 for Sahir Khan. Just his last over going for plenty. But Almas, look at that. None for 10 in his quota of 3.5 overs. Kept things really tight. 14 dot balls. Wahab Hassan, the left arm spinner, picking up 2 wickets for 23 runs. Lahir Sandharwan, definitely the star of the show. 3 for 18 for him. Was very good, very quick, express, and kept things in control. Rais, just a couple of overs to him, was a bit expensive. 19. And the skipper picking up that 1 wicket off the skipper himself. 1 for 20 for him in his 2 overs. With 9 extras, Fly Emirates managed to get to 126 in their allotted 20 overs, get all out in the end. When 7 District come out to bat, they need 127 to advance to the semi-finals of the Arabian Cricket League 2023. We'll be back shortly. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're moments away from Seven Districts' reply. Let's have a look at the batting card before we go further into the run chase. Senthil opening the innings with Yasita Abikun. Couldn't get away. 11 of 20 deliveries. Yasita was bowled courtesy that brilliant ball by Saghir Afridi. Ansar Hashir. Another dismissal by Saghir Afridi. Fayaz Frank, 11 of 7. But Usman Mushtaq, the skipper, 32 of 31. 5 boundaries. Irfan Arif, LBW of the first delivery that he faced. Krishna Kumar Karate, 10 of 14. Wajad Rasool, 6 of 7. And then Shamim Ali. What a knock he played. 39 of 22. Looked very dangerous, but run out not being able to ground his bat. 9 extras in the process. Hafiz Almas, what a bowler he's turning out to be with that new ball. And at the death, even in the middle overs, very economical. 2.61 economy. Didn't pick up a wicket, but kept things quiet. Saghir Afridi, 34 runs in his 3 overs, picked up 2 wickets. Wahab Hassan and Lahiru. What a spell these boys have bowled. 23 for 2 and 18 for 3. Mohammad Haider, skipper, chipping up with 1 wicket. So 126 is what 7 Districts are looking at. They will look to make quick work of this run chase. Courtesy Little Jumbo on your screen now. Rais Ahmed. What a player he's turning out to be for 7 Districts. A very bright future UAE prospect as well. Fields brilliantly, bowls really well, and is an absolute superstar with the bat. Right, so fielders are all spread out nicely. Just moments away from the start of this run chase. Ubaidullah is going to bowl that new ball. Gets that ball to swing into the right-handers and bounce as well. So he'll be looking to make early inroads into this 7 Districts lineup. Mind you, they don't have their full side. A couple of their players are playing that T10 league, so a couple of early wickets can put them under pressure. Smallish target is always a tricky run chase. They'll want to make full use of this power play. If they can get about 40-50 runs in this power play, it'll ease the nerves of the dugout. Play calls the umpire. Ubaidullah with the new ball. That's pitched slightly short of good length. Rais plays that out towards the vacant gully area. Off the mark, off the first delivery. 7 Districts up and running. Wicketkeeper Farman Ali has been asked to open the innings with Rais Ahmed. Very agile wicketkeeper. He'll be looking to make full use of this opportunity. A slip in place as well. So attacking field placement here by Usman Mushtaq. Nicely played. Pitching and moving away off the seam. Farman just watchfully played that straight towards that point fielder. Ball not really coming on as much as the batters would have liked. We've seen that in the first innings as well. So far, no due. That's beautifully bowled. That's come back in, and that is plumb right in front of the stumps. Pitching and moving into the batter. Farman Ali not very happy, but that was crashing into the stumps. So Fly Emirates, that is beautifully bowled. That was gone for all money. That was an absolute plumb leg before wicket. Farman Ali back to the pavilion without scoring. Seven Districts lose their first wicket. Exactly the start Fly Emirates were looking for. 1 for 1. This is a brave decision. The skipper Mohammad Haider walks out to bat with his team in a bit of trouble. Wants to take on this bowling attack. Looks very confident, Mohammad Haider. Let me tell you, if it's bowled in his arc, he will definitely go for it. He's not going to just keep pushing and nurdling the ball around. Pitched up, he'll give it an almighty spank. Ubaidullah, meanwhile, will have his tail up. That is a waiver delivery, short and way down leg side. The ball sort of slipped out of his hands. They can't afford this, Fly Emirates. Not defending a very big total. Important 5 runs, freebies given away. Poor first up delivery, releasing all the pressure that was built up. Mohammad Haider can have a sighter, can try to just block out a few. He's got Rais Ahmed with him on the non-strikers end. He doesn't need to do anything silly. He can afford to take his time. That's well bowled. Straight away, Mohammad Haider showing his intentions, walking down at Ubaid. That was pitched outside off stump, pitched and moved away. He's seaming it both ways, Ubaidullah. Good signs for Fly Emirates. Now Usman Mushtaq strengthening that slip cordon. He's brought himself into that third slip. Leaves the short fine leg vacant. Good captaincy here, looking to pick up early wickets. The bowler not really answering the skipper's call. Bowls that one again down leg side. But Haider unlucky not to get a bat on that one. This was a freebie down leg side. All he needed to do was just get some sort of a bat on it, and the ball would have flown down towards fine leg. Usman Mushtaq's taken himself out of that slip area again. Now a slip and a gully, both catching. Tall lad Ubaidullah, he will get that bounce. Gully always a wicket taking option with someone as tall as Ubaidullah. Just needs to put that ball in the right areas. That's wrapped on the pads again. Leg side-ish. Ubaidullah hasn't found his rhythm. Leg by, signaled by the umpire. It's been a very eventful over. There's been a wicket. It's been 5 wides down leg side. Everything happening. 8 runs on the board. Last ball of the final over. Long first over. Nicely played. Dot ball to end the first 8 for 1, 7 districts. Interesting change here by Usman Mushtaq. Nicely tossed up. That's played towards short fine leg. Mohammad Head. That's cut away towards point. Dot ball. Again, bowling that off stump line, and they've backed that offside field. Rais Ahmed trying to cut that away, doesn't get it off the middle of the bat. Again, that's very evident of the slow wicket. Ball not really coming on. It's a new ball. That's beautifully played. Makes room for himself. And he's dispatched that over wide long on. This is where Rais Ahmed is so good. Picks those gaps and plays with the bowler's mind. Made room for himself and he's just caressed that. Didn't really hit it too hard, but look at that shot. Beautiful. Lifted it over the infield and it carries all the way for a maximum. His first. Beautifully bowled. Good comeback, and Rais Ahmed. That is very close in my opinion. Mohammad Haider did call for that single, but didn't commit to it completely. Diving in the end, trying to make his ground. I think he's hurt himself in the process. Let's have another look. Yeah, he's gone. Just a little late in grounding his bat there, Mohammad Haider. Fly Emirates picking up their second wicket. Courtesy, brilliant piece of fielding there by Fly Emirates boys. Two overs done, 15 for 2. Syed Haider Wasisha has walked out to bat. His team in a bit of trouble. That's beautifully cut away, but straight to that gully fielder. Good bowling and very well played by Rais Ahmed. 2 wickets down. Atiq, what do you make of this run chase?
It's hotting up, isn't it? These 2 wickets, the 2 batters out there, the number 1 and number 2 on the leaderboard of the batters, Rais Ahmed and Haider Wasisha. This is going to be the crucial wicket. If the Fly Emirates can find a way to get a breakthrough here, they will mean business. On that occasion, there was a misfield. They get an easy run. This is something that the Fly Emirates cannot afford to do under this condition because they're defending a small score. They've got to make sure that they tighten the screws, do not give extra runs, take their chances, take half chances that come their way. And if they do that, maybe they can find a way to topple this very, very strong 7 districts team.
Stranger things have happened in the game of cricket. This is a better delivery by Ubaidullah. He's been short and wide on more than a few occasions. Can't afford to do that. Needs to be attacking the stumps every time. Not give these 2 batters any freebie. Anything pitched short or wide will be punished. You need to keep them quiet if you want to prize out their wicket.
Down the leg side. Wonder what the excitement was all about in the Fly Emirates camp. Well, the only way to explain that is, Farooq, is that they're having a side view from the side. They would not have realized it. They would have thought there was a edge or something, but it's way down the leg side, Ubaidullah. Good to see him back in the Fly Emirates colours. Missed the last couple of games. He is the spearhead. He's been the one who's been causing all the trouble for batters and providing the start for the Fly Emirates with the ball early on in the power play overs especially. But he's got his work cut out. He's going up against 2 of the best batters in the tournament, Rais Ahmed, Haider Wasisha. I'd like to remind our viewers that it was these 2 who put on that, I don't know whether if I can call it world record, but definitely some record of some sort. A 200 plus partnership where Rais Ahmed got a 175 and Haider Wasisha got 150 plus, posting that mammoth score of 357 for 1 against the HSBC in the group in the league stage games. So they've been in tremendous form, and these 2 will know that as long as they're out there, the 7 districts will be the hot favourites. 1 more ball to end the third, 18 for 2. The Fly Emirates have done quite well so far. Now it's a matter of keep persisting. They're not going to defend 20 overs. They've got to take the remaining 8 wickets. Good delivery. Very good delivery from Ubaidullah. Third over done. 18 for 2. So Wajid Rasool to the attack, and it's a good line there, an opportunity. A bit of a yes and no there between both the batters. He's known as the man with the golden arm. Vajat Rasul, can he pick up a wicket here?
He's bowling very well here. He's been tonked for 6 in the previous over, but he's still persisting, flighting that ball, asking the batters to take him on. Good ploy here by Usman Mushtaq. Again tossed up nicely, making room for himself. Little Jumbo is a master at this. Takes room and then dispatches it away towards the boundary.
He makes batting look so easy there, Rais Ahmed. Once again, testament to the kind of class and the class of type of form that he's been in. Very, very good batter, this man. What a champion, what a player. One of the cleanest strikers of the ball that we've witnessed, especially here in the Arabian Cricket League and in the UAE domestic circuit. Vajat Rasul. He's got to be careful not to overpitch. He's got to keep things tight. 23 for 2 now. A quick single to mid-off. Amin Miflal. Cutting that off, and I beg your pardon, that was Irfan Arif. The run rate required is 6.2, not very threatening at this stage. Just another dot ball, so they've got to bowl well in pairs, isn't it? The both bowlers from both sides, they've got to be quite tight. Make sure that they support each other. Good delivery once again.
He's getting some purchase off this wicket. He's still a new ball, but he's getting that ball to grip and turn. If he can keep Haider Wasi Shah quiet, he might make a mistake. He's one of those players that doesn't like to be kept quiet. That's short and wide, but straight to the fielder at point. They've packed that offside for this exact reason, but they need to field well at least. Not give them those easy runs. What should have been a dot ball has turned into 2. End of 4 overs, 26 for 2.